Hello guys, welcome back to 1878 Blues. This is not going to be a very long video. I'm in a bit of a rush at the moment, but I thought I'll get something out there. I'll do a quick summary of what I feel. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's try and get 1,000 subs before Christmas. That'll be absolutely phenomenal. Um, Everton v Forest, Sean Dyche derby, a massive um, chance for Everton to push up the table. But it is a unpredictable, tough test. If I could sum it up in one word, both teams are very inconsistent. Sean Dyche, funny enough, is having his first game at Hill Dickinson Stadium. He was probably hoping he'd be on the other bench, still managing Everton to be more successful. But again, I think the right decision was made at the time, and I still thank Sean Dyche, even though he frustrated me a lot. But we all knew what we was getting when he come in, and you know he kept us up. I think obviously the fans can only do so much. We did make our noise, we did support the players, but ultimately, you know, there's a lot of games away from home we won in crucial times. And again, I'd like to thank Sean Dyche for his massive contribution to the club at the time, but he was never the man to push us forward to more of a successful period, you could say, for Everton, which we are kind of in at the moment. We are sitting at 10th, and there's a chance there to push up and, you know, make our mark in this league and see if we can push for European places. Sean Dyche, as I just mentioned, steadied the ship since Ange Postecoglou's sacking. But they're very inconsistent still. The Wolves game, they wasn't great at all. Wolves had a fair few chances, and Forest still come away with the win, which is, you know, ultimately that counts. But you know, it's not good reading. I think Murillo's still out for them as well. He's a very steady, calm defender. So look, there's a chance for us there, but again, we are very short ourselves. David Moyes, as mentioned in his press conference, you know, there's a number of players, but there's players that are coming back into fitness. You could say, but it's too soon for them. You know, obviously got Mary Rowe out, Jared Brentford's still out, Coleman's out, which, you know, again, we don't really use much of Seamus anymore, but it's still a number in the squad. I still think he would have played today. It looks like it could potentially be Nathan Patterson, depending on how Moyes views Forest and where he would probably think maybe because they've got good wingers, maybe keep O'Brien at right back or Jimmy Garner. But Tim and Rabuman's out now as well with the suspension, so maybe Jimmy Garner has to play in midfield. There's no other choice. So O'Brien might be right back, which is not the greatest situations. Michael Keane might not even be playing in this game as well, so it could be Nathan Patterson, and it's a tough test for him. You know, this is a game where, like I've mentioned a number of times, and then it hasn't happened. Some players need to step up, and we're just gonna have to see what's gonna happen today, because I think some of them are fighting for their Everton careers. As soon as possibly next month, they could be on their way out. So, you know, it's a big chance for them to stake a claim. So yeah, a number of players might feature who might not be featuring for much longer at this club. But you know, if they want to give themselves any fighting chance, they need to play well. And yeah, we're very short. There's not going to be much to bring on. So in the first 10-15 minutes, if we know what type of Everton performance it's going to be, there's not much we can do to change that if we wanted to. So it's one of them. You'll know by the first 10-15 minutes. Forest can be, they've got some decent players, they've got players who can score all over the pitch. They've got Elliot Anderson who can break the lines, Morgan Gibbs-White who can carry the ball. There's just tons, there's quite a number of players who are a threat. But again, they still haven't been convincing. Brighton beat them at Forest's home ground last week, so they got the midweek win at Wolves. Again, I said this before, unconvincing. And you know, Everton have kind of been the same. 1-0 away United, fantastic, resilient win. lose 4-1 to Bournemouth, Newcastle at home, and then beat Bournemouth away, which is obviously something we've never done in the Premier League. And, you know, in your head, you kind of think, surely we can't lose 2 home games in a row, but, you know, it has happened many times in football. It's not impossible, but you just think because of the new stadium, the disappointing way we played against Newcastle, you just hope there'd be a response. But yeah, it's just it's one of them. It's a chance for any team to pick up the points if they really wanted to get at the game. And I think we've still have a chance. We've still got very good players in that squad. It's just we're gonna have to stretch them a bit more, if you could say that in that way, because of how short we are. But yeah, my prediction for this game, there's no point doing a lineup because we haven't got much options. So yeah, my prediction for this game, for some reason, is in my head since beating Bournemouth, 3-1 Everton. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you all soon.